Well, good morning, pilgrims, on day 7 of the Camino Portuguese, the central route. The first week, yes, sir, is now in the bag. I cannot believe that I'm halfway to Porto. Today, we cross officially the halfway point. We also have the highest point of the entire section from Lisbon to Porto, and that's gonna be right off the bat. We're gonna start climbing. We're gonna gain about 100, maybe 200 meters of elevation, which is really not bad at all. But we have to we have to do it anyways. As you can see, we got a cloudy day, cloudy, but I don't think it's gonna rain. So far, we have been sort of lucky with the weather. Yesterday, yes, it was horrible, especially towards the end. But overall, it's been better than I had anticipated. Woke up at 6 in the morning and went to have breakfast at 6:30 at this bakery that the hospitalero told me yesterday that would open at 6:30. I was the first one in. I actually was waiting for the owner to show up and open the place. I had, of course, the café con leche, I had toast, and I had for the first time a croissant that also had nata inside. So, what time is it now? Because I think we're ready to head out. It is 7 in the morning sharp. And I just want to thank, of course, the sponsor of this video and the series, the Pan American College Fund. Thank you guys for having me. Yes, sir. It's much appreciated. Now, what's the temperature right now? And what are the chances of precipitation? Come on, help me out here, Meta.
It's currently cloudy and 14 degrees Celsius, 57 degrees Fahrenheit, with 100% humidity. Today, expect a high of 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and a low of 12 degrees Celsius, 54 degrees Fahrenheit, with precipitation chances varying between 10 to 22%.
And it is here in the town of Laranjeiras. Is that how you say it, Google? Help me out here.
Laranjeiras.
Yep, it means oranges. So this little, it's not a town. I only see like 2-3 houses. This is the halfway point of the Camino Portuguese, the central route between Lisbon and Porto. We have covered probably like about 150 kilometers or so. I don't know, man. Who's counting? All I know is that we're done doing 30-kilometer days. Yeah, man, I felt it. I don't know why, but I'm so glad in a way that I left my camera in Lisbon, because having to do all this with the extra 7 to 10 pounds, I don't know how much it was exactly, I would have felt it even more. Maybe it was because I got the flu, of course. Let's see how many kilometers more or less we have covered. I'd say, 200 kilometers. Not bad at all. Today we got 25 kilometers. That's it? That's all we're doing? And then we got a couple of 20s. We have an 11. The last day is gonna be 15. Oh man, it feels like I'm gonna be cruising on autopilot for the rest of the way, especially after reaching the highest point and then making our way down. Today I'm staying at a municipal albergue, so no reservations. So far it hasn't been an issue. Anyways, it's not like we're in peak high season here. Let me see. Yeah, straight. So, yeah. Although I have a few reservations, those are like in the major towns that we have left. For some weird reason, in the major towns here, they don't have municipals. I think there's only one in one town, but it's just before you get there. So in those, I made the reservations at just regular hostels or hotels. Don't even remind me of the one a couple of days ago. That one really did a number on me, and it almost made me cancel all the reservations, but no. I'm already dreaming of the Camino Mozarabe, which is gonna start in about a week and a half from now. That's gonna be a different Camino altogether. I've been getting major Via de la Plata vibes here, especially when you get to these little towns that are all painted in white. Yesterday also, we finally reached the sections with cobblestone roads. That was super nice. And with the weather, the way it was, it made it extra special. It made it extra moody. you might say. So today, I'm on my own. The group kind of splintered this morning. So we'll see. Maybe I'll regroup with them, as always, at the halfway point or so. Alright guys, here we are after walking for 4 kilometers. It is 8 in the morning. We have made it to the highest point that I'm gonna be reaching on the Camino Portuguese between Lisbon and Porto. I'll put the elevation right here because of course I don't know it by heart. This is nothing official. This is just me sitting at home in my computer with Google Maps and figuring it out. I have just been walking with a pilgrim that I thought yesterday that he was the Italian going in reverse, but as it turns out, the guy's from the Canary Islands, so you already know where the conversation went. Of course, we're very similar, Cubans and Canary people, so we were just talking about that. He started all the way down in Faro, which is something that I've been dying to do as well. So I was asking him a ton of questions about accommodations and the route. And he's just taking his time. He's in no rush. He doesn't plan the stage. He just walks until he's ready to stop. Oh, I'm very envious of that type of mindset. Maybe one day I'll do the same. But for now, I plan everything and I plan it to the smallest detail. It seems to work for me. And I'll keep doing it until one day I just decide to go for it. This is just incredible. The sun coming out. Oh man, it is much welcome. Yes, it is. Still walking on the road, following the olive groves, which is pretty cool, I have to admit. And I was just checking on my phone today's stage. We have a town with support, which is about 2 hours away from here. I thought I was gonna be having lunch there, but it might be too early, so just a mid-morning snack. And then the town where I'm staying today, there's a little tricky situation, maybe not, but it's one of these municipal albergues that doesn't have anybody. They're always open, so I guess it's kind of like a donativo where you just leave your donation. And in the town, there is a restaurant, but it closes at 2:30, so maybe that would be my lunch spot. There's a bakery that closes at 6, so maybe I can grab something there for dinner. And there's also a supermarket, so at least we got options. I don't know if I'll be having dinner tonight, like sitting down at a restaurant, but I'll manage to get something. And then I just have to check at what time the bakery opens tomorrow morning. I forgot to do that. And other than that, it's just been a quiet morning walking with the Spaniard from the Canary Island and just a little bit there with Antonio as well. And but the day is young. And I also saw a new pilgrim leaving town. There was a lady there that she did not stay at the Albergue where we stayed at, so maybe in the other place. So I'm noticing that there's more and more people now along the way, which is of course always great. We're at the tail end of the season, so I wasn't expecting to meet many people anyways. All right, let's continue. Let's enjoy the sun. We got blue skies. I don't think it's gonna rain today. I highly doubt it. There's not even much wind, so it's not like we're gonna get a surprise cloud coverage towards the end, and it's gonna be a short day, so I'm hoping to get to the albergue before 2 for sure. I would prefer to be there like around 1:30 so that I can have my lunch at the restaurant and then just fall back on the pilgrim routine and enjoy a quiet afternoon. That sounds like a plan. This is so interesting. I thought that there was just like one route that would go to Fatima and then connect with the Camino, but there's so many jumping points. Almost from every single village, there's a route that leads you to Fatima that you have so many options. But options are always good, I guess. You can see the yellow arrows pointing to Santiago and the blue ones that point to Fatima. When I did the Camino Frances in reverse last year, I was following the blue arrows as well towards Saint Jean Pied de Port. So I've been getting many flashbacks for sure. Sleeping villages. We got the cobblestone road. Oh man, I like it. I like it a lot. Will you believe this? It is noon already and it started to rain. It just came out of nowhere. Started with a small drizzle that I could manage with the umbrella, and all of a sudden the heavens opened up and it got very intense for a few minutes. And now all of a sudden it stopped and we even have the sun out. We already passed by the largest town on today's stage, a place that I could have stayed at. I mean, it has everything that you need. So a bakery, went inside, had a tuna, egg, and tomato sandwich, just in case, just to secure. You know how it goes on the Camino. You gotta eat often, you gotta eat early. I'm still hoping that by the time I make it to the Albergue today, the bar is open and I can figure out what the meal situation is gonna be. Passed really quickly by the church, looking for a stamp. It was open, but no stamp inside. Now, I have seen so many pilgrims on today's stage walking backwards, walking towards Fatima, I guess, that it has taken me aback. For the last week or so, it's just been the three of us walking together and we don't see anybody along the way. And today I even saw a pilgrim with a trolley. That brought back memories as well, as always. And right now we have less than 8 kilometers to go. Let's hope that it doesn't rain anymore. My feet are soaking wet right now. Even though I have the pair of waterproof socks somewhere in my backpack, I guess if you don't have it at an arm's length, they're no good. So if I don't use it over the next few days, I'm just gonna get rid of it because I'm not gonna be carrying gear that I'm not using, as always. We're back in the eucalyptus forest. Today we had quite the variety. In terms of the landscape, we've been walking on cobblestone roads next to the, what's it called? It's not the vineyards, the olive trees. We made it through a few ghost villages where there's nobody around. I even got to ring the bell there in one of the chapels, which was pretty cool. And water-wise, there's water everywhere. You don't even have to carry that much water on this Camino. And no, that's it. Guess I'll see you guys when I make it to the Albergue. Let's see what's in store for me. This one is a Donativo place. And I don't think there's even a Hospitalero. So it's just one of those. Let's see how many people are going to stop there. Because it's a short stage. There's the sun. I love you, buddy. Let's see if there's somebody here. Alright guys, we have made it to the town and the Albergue at 1:30 in the afternoon. Such a short day, short and sweet, with a little bit of everything, including rain. And we have made it to this Albergue, which is not bad. Not bad at all. Look at all these bunk beds. I like the style that they have. They also have private rooms and they have a restaurant next door. And I'm heading over there right now because, of course, I'm starving. Let's do it. Well, guys, all my troubles are over. This village has everything that we need. We have a supermarket back there. We have a cafe on this side with an ATM. Where is it? It's right there. And the place where I'm staying is so modern. I was just there having lunch this afternoon. I got there about half an hour before they closed, and they still served me a massive lunch. It was the typical plate that I've been having, which is steak with a fried egg on top, rice and French fries. Oh man, it definitely hit the spot. I also had some sparkling water, as I usually do, and a coffee. And then as I was ready to pay for the meal, I was talking to the waiter, and she told me to talk to the owner because he's the one running the Albergue. The guy speaks a little bit of Spanish. So Victor helped me out. He told me to pay later, not to worry about it. He showed me to my bunk bed. We're gonna be able to have dinner here tonight. It is a restaurant that closes for the public, but for pilgrims, he makes an exception. So I don't have to worry about tonight's dinner or tomorrow's breakfast. They offer breakfast as well. So we're locked in here, which is not bad at all. As you can see, we got very cloudy skies. I'm not gonna be able to do, not gonna be able, no, I'm gonna do laundry, but I can't dry it out in the clothesline, so I'm gonna have to use my little fan, the little fan that could. Yes, sir, yesterday everything dried up super fast. Of course, when you have an air conditioning unit set to the heater, blasting it all night, it definitely did the trick. So far, I've been able to do what I had set out to do, which was to use the same clothes every single day. This is the first time on any of my Caminos where I do this. I have a backup that I haven't used yet, so it's working out, and I'm liking it because that's gonna cut my way maybe a few ounces, I don't know. So yeah, dinner in a little bit. We got a full house. Even though it's a small verge in the middle of nowhere, it's like 12 people staying here. There's a group of 6 pilgrims that are starting today, but they're walking backwards. They're walking from here to Fatima. Victor told me that last year they stopped here. We also have the 3 Italian ladies. We got, of course, Antonio and Marta and myself. So a packed house. Let's see how many people snore tonight. See you after dinner.